thank you for joining me for practice today. So I've been thinking a lot more about where we pull our energy, our stability, our strength from, and connecting a little more with the inner body rather than relying on, the outer body to prop us up, finding that deep self-connection, the strength that comes from our bandhas, our energetic locks, especially the mula bandha, which, as my friend Deb has been talking about, is almost like pinching or squeezing the sitting bones together. It's that subtle inner energy that we bring into the practice, use to support us. And so I invite you today, if you'd like, to just consider that. When we're in a particular movement, a transition, notice where you're pulling your strength from, where you're pulling your balance, your control, your stability from. And if it's more in the surface, superficial body, or if you can dig deep and really connect through the mula bandha, the pelvic floor, as some people call it, your core, your sense of inner strength, and just allow yourself to play with that. See how it feels. Find maybe a little more self-connection in your practice. So we're going to start in a child's pose today. Take your variation. I have really been enjoying knees together and arms back. Lets me rest my head on the ground. Gives me some connection, some awareness of my back line of the body. But also allows my shoulders to relax, rest before we start to move. So just take a few breaths here. Try to fill up on the breath without forcing. Notice where the breath begins in the body. And where the breath starts in the inner body, where it expands out to in the outer body. And where it comes back to again on the exhale, as everything contracts and draws closer together. Let's take another breath here. Big breath in and back out. And then at your own pace, start to come back up to tabletop. Spread out through fingers, thumbs, stack the hips above the knees, and find your cat and cow. Breathing in to lift the heart. Breathing out to round. And allowing the breath, the movement to just guide you through whatever movement you need to wake up, to bring a bit more mobility or flexibility or space into the body. And start to engage your hasta bandha, your hand lock, rather than just dumping into the wrists. Start to pull up through the palms, press into each of the fingers, the knuckles, thumbs. I like the thought of drawing pinky finger and thumb closer to each other, even though they don't actually move. Just wakes up the inner hand. Let's take another breath, another round of movement. And then come back into a neutral spine. It's going to take your right arm high as you inhale, open the chest out. Exhale, thread the needle behind the left arm. Right side of the head lands. Your left hand can move if you want to, straighten it out or take it behind the back. But find the stability, find the structure of the body. Press the back of the right arm against the ground. Anchor back in the lower body, the hips. Keep that energy in the left hand. On your next inhale, lift the right arm high. And exhale, bring it back down. And we switch sides. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Notice, does your right hip swing forward? Can you hug it back a little? Back in line with the left hip. And on the next inhale, lift back up, left arm high. Exhale, lower it back down. Let's take the hands a little further forward, stack the shoulders above the wrists. Take an inhale here, push the earth away. And then exhale, lower the elbows, the forearms back down onto the mat. Press up on the inhale. Press into the knuckles of the fingers, especially first one. Exhale to lower. Take another round inhale to lift. Exhale to lower the elbows, the forearms. And let's go one more round. Inhale to lift up. Engage the inner line of the arms. Exhale, lower down. Stay here and walk your feet back into forearm plank. And take a moment, sliding off my mat, but keep your shoulders stacked above the elbows. A balance of lift in the belly, the heart, without sticking the bum in the air or rounding the back body. And try to dig deep, find the inner connection to inner seams of legs, the core, the belly, the mula bandha, squeezing sit bones towards each other. One more breath. Lower the hips to ground into your sphinx. Press the elbows down, out, and back as you elevate the heart. Take another breath here. One more. And then moving elbows out, lower to the chest, bring hands beside ribs. Inhale, push up to your knees. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. And take a little time here. You can pedal out the heels. Allow the body a little space, a little time to wake up. Get familiar in the shape. And as you start to find some stillness here, draw up through the palms as you press into fingers, knuckles, thumbs. Even the weight across the feet. Maybe draw the sit bones a little closer together. Maybe on the exhales, the belly draws in and up a little behind the rib cage. Your Uddiyana bandha. Upward flying lock in the belly. Take another breath here. And then inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, right leg high. Keep it straight, open it out to the right side as you exhale to the ground with control. Walk your hands back towards you, wide forward folds. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold back in. Two more, inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Once more, inhale, floating the heart, lift the belly, exhale to fold. Inhale, walk your hands back out onto the mat. Step the right foot to the left and exhale, heels drop to the left, side plank. Variations, you can take left knee down to ground. Keep the left and right leg staggered or stacked. Right arm high. And let's take another breath here. Press out of that left shoulder. Float the right foot, step it up next to the left hand. Drop the left knee, inhale, rise up, lift the arms. Exhale, frame the front foot. Right arm high, inhale, open the twist. Exhale, lift the back knee off the ground. Push out through the heel. Stay in the twist, long line from left heel to the crown of the head. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, left foot spin sideways, circle up to warrior two. Take a moment, settle in. If you want to turn the left toes a little more forward, you can. Spread out through the arms. Keep the shoulders stacked above the hips. One more breath here. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse the warrior. Then exhale, come into a side angle. Not staying here though, hover. Right arm to the thigh. You could bring the right arm inside the right shin if you want to go lower here. But then inhale, reverse. And exhale back into that side angle. Once more, inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale to side angle. Press down through the feet. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. Spin onto the left toes. And then bring left knee to the chest. Rise all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand outside left knee. Left hand behind you. And wherever you focus your gaze, lock it in. Use that right hand to find the twist. Press the left knee back into the hand. Grip the floor with the right foot, like the roots of a tree. One more breath. Come back to center, inhale, both arms up. Warrior three, exhale, left leg back, both arms back. Hold for the inhale, lift the lower belly. Exhale, left foot lands, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back to plank, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, your version. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Connect belly to spine. Find length, find stability. Take a breath. And then inhale, lift the left leg high. Firm in through the arms. Exhale, open the hip. Right arm strong. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, open it out to the left. All the way to ground. Slowly walk your hands back towards you, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. And this time we'll stay a little bit longer in the fold. If you feel like little waves in the spine, a little movement side to side, go for it. And take another breath where you are. And then inhale back to half lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands out into your plank or top of the mat. Then take left foot to right, heels to the right. You can drop the right knee if you want to, left arm up. Find your side plank, Vashisthasana. Kind of wrap left hip forward a little if you feel it spinning up. Contain the ribs. Then lift that left foot and step it up to the top of the mat. Ground the right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Left arm high, inhale. Exhale, pick up the back knee. Stay in the twist. Push out through right heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Push out of right hand, fingers, thumbs. Exhale, frame the front foot. Spin the right foot sideways, warrior two. Inhale, rise up. And exhale here. Adjust if you need to. And then try to find the stillness. Coming back into that inner body, can you energize your heels towards each other without actually moving the feet? Feel the inner seam of the legs engage. A lift through lower belly, through pelvic floor. Take another breath here. And then reverse the warrior. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, side angle to hover. Find your range. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more, inhale. And exhale, side angle. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. Spin to right toes, right knee to chest, and rise up. Take an inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, left hand outside right knee. Right arm reaches behind you, find the twist. Where is your balance coming from? Can you connect back into inner body? Mula bandha, central core. Take one more breath here. And then we come back to center. Inhale, both arms lift. Warrior three, exhale. Take an inhale here. Exhale, right foot lands, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, frame the front foot. Straight to down dog or plank, inhale. Chaturanga, if you feel like it, exhale. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here. Engage the palms, the fingers, thumbs. Engage the belly, mula bandha. Find your central line of energy, of strength, of stability. One more breath here. And let's take the right leg high, breathe in. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, with control, open it out to the right side. Keep both arms strong, core strong. Once the foot lands, walk the hands back into that wide forward fold. Take an inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold in. We stay for a few breaths. There's a little more space than last time. Maybe you walk your hands in between the feet, bend the elbows. And that right foot off the mat. You might notice you need to engage through the soles of the feet a little more, through the inner thighs, to keep from sagging outward from your energy leaving the body. One more breath here. Inhale back to half lift, belly in. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands back out on the plank, on the mat. And then through a side plank, right foot comes in, heels to the left. Stagger, stack, drop the right leg, the left leg rather. If the legs are together, squeeze them together. Long line from the feet to the crown. And then step that right foot up next to left hand. Lower the back knee, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, frame the front foot. Right arm high, inhale. Exhale, lift the left knee off the ground. Lift the hip, the back of the knee, one more breath in. And exhale, right hand down, left foot sideways. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale here. Adjust if you need to. Stack the body, find your foundation. And then inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale to side angle. Wherever you want to take this version we're holding on this round. You can use a block or some sort of prop under the right hand if you want. Keep it on the thigh. I'm gluing my right arm inside the shin, fingertips to floor. And that's where my range is today. Press down through the right foot and see if you can keep the energy between the 2 feet, the heels here, they draw in. Wrap the heart up, one more breath. Then take that left arm high. Look down for balance and straighten the right leg. Readjust the right hand if you need to. Keep hugging up through soles of feet, inner thighs. In this Trikonasana, lengthen the right waistline. Draw the ribs in, even as the heart wraps up. Gaze the top hand if you want to. And one more breath here. Squeeze the legs, inhale, reverse the triangle. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, frame the front foot. Spin to left toes, knee to chest, inhale, rise up. Find your balance here, your options. Right hand outside left knee, left arm back, or if you want to take an extended version, right hand outside left foot. Does not have to be straight as you extend the leg. And try to keep the heart lifted, keep the balance. See where your gaze takes you and lock in. One more breath here. Come back to center, knee bent. Inhale the arms up. And your choice here, exhale back through warrior three, or you can open out to half moon. Left hip opens a little, arms spread out. Upper body might hinge over that right leg. Ribs wrap up. One more breath where you are. Lower the left hand. Step back to your low lunge. And then back to plank, inhale. Your version of chaturanga, exhale. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath. Find your center. All the other noise, the distractions, the limiting self-beliefs. Let them go. The other side, let's take the left leg high, inhale. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, lower it with control out to the left side. Once the foot lands, walk your hands back towards the legs and inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold back down. And this time, same as before, you can take any variation you like with the hands. This time round for me, I'm going to take my peace fingers around the big toes. And draw up through the inner thighs. As my crown of the head drops towards the floor, elbows bend out. There's a little pulling motion from the fingers around the big toes. And a lot of upward lift or internal energy through inner arches of the feet, soles, inner thighs, mula bandha. And one more breath here. Release, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. And walk it out to your hands on the mat. Bring left foot in, heels to the right side plank. Left arm up. Noticing this is my wobbly side today. You might have one side that's different to the other two. Find the central line of energy. Squeeze the legs. Dig deep into the belly. And then step that left foot up next to the right hand. Lower the back knee, inhale the arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Left arm lifts, inhale. Exhale, lift the back knee, the hip, the heel. One more breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down, right foot sideways, warrior two. Arrive here. Find your foundation. Engage the feet, the inner legs. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Side angle, exhale. Wherever you're taking this variation to hold. The lower the upper body goes, the more you'll want to bend that left knee. Then anchor in that right outer edge of the foot, the pinky toe, the outer ankle. Let's take one more breath here. Long line through right side body. Right arm lifts to ceiling. Left leg straightens out. Your Trikonasana. Sending hips back. Left waist, crown of the head forward. Drawing in through inner thighs. One more breath. Squeeze the legs. Inhale, lift up, reverse the triangle. Exhale, circle the hands down, frame the front foot. We spin to right toes, right knee to chest. And then rise up. Take your time, lift the arms, inhale. Then exhale, left hand outside, right knee, right arm back. Or that extended variation, left hand outside the right foot. Leg does not have to be straight. Keep the heart lifted as you push the foot into the hand. Focus the gaze. Lift the lower belly. Let's take one more breath here. Bring it back to center. Inhale the arms up. And then your choice again, warrior three, or open out to a half moon. Right leg back. Arms expanding, heart expanding. The ribs wrap up. One more breath here. Right hand lowers, step back to your low lunge. And then back to plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Breathe. Steady. Find the stability in the stillness. Can you rest here? Can you use the inner body? Where is your strength, your balance, your power coming from here? Take one more breath. And let's come down to hands and knees. And your choice here, you can sit back into child's pose. Or maybe into Virasana, your hero, sitting on the heels. Whatever feels grounded to you. Let's take a couple more breaths. And start to lift back to hands and knees. Nothing fancy here, we're just coming over to a seat. You can swing legs around, roll back over the ankles. And let's come into one of two variations of kind of a double pigeon. So for the first one, cross the legs right in front of the left, and then see where your knees and your hips are and try and bring them into the same line. So you press the legs in, you become more of a box shape. If this is really comfortable for you to hang out in, fold in, your second option, right ankle on the left knee so the foot hangs off the edge, and maybe that left leg comes a bit more forward so the legs stack. And just take a little hinge forward. You might be on the legs, you might be on the ground out in front, a block or prop of some sort if you're somewhere between. Just slowing the breath. Finding the balance, evenness coming back into the body, the flow of breath itself. And take another breath here. And then walk your hands in towards you. We'll take the left hand outside the right knee, right thigh, right fingertips behind, just twisting it out. Both sit bones on the ground. Take another breath here. And then unwind back to center. Lean back on the hands and switch legs. Take your left leg in front, and you're either bringing knees in, feet and shins are not in the same line, but it is the knees and the hips that you're trying to square. And either keeping with this cross-legged shape or left ankle, up onto the right knee, more of a fire log, a double pigeon, whatever you want to call this one. And just hinge forward. The side's tighter for me. My whole left side is a little different to the right. So we make space for it. And force the body into symmetry if it's not ready to go there. We make space for the fullness of ourselves, our bodies, minds, feelings, memories, energy. And everything comes into balance in its own time, its own way. Take another breath here. And start to lift back up. We twist to the left now. Right hand outside left leg. Left finger's behind. If you feel yourself leaning back on that left hand, maybe bring the hand a little closer so it props you up like a second spine. And take another breath here. And then start to unwind, come back to center. We'll take feet out in front, legs straight or bent, your choice. Just stretch out through the arms here, inhale. And then roll your way back onto the mat as you exhale. And once you arrive, just walk your feet in towards you. We'll just close the practice with a little bridge, so arms by sides, press down through the backs of the arms, the hands, the soles of the feet. Draw the lower belly into lower back, and then inhale, lift the hips up. And you can keep arms by sides. If you want to interlace hands underneath, you're welcome to walk the shoulders under. And then rather than trying to squeeze the bum in this shape to lift higher, which might affect the lower back, squeeze the sitting bones together. See if that changes anything. Extend up through the front line of the body. And take another breath in. Then exhale, lower slowly back to ground. Pause, take a breath right where you are. In and out. And then hug the knees into the chest. Together or wide, just like a child's pose on the back. You can rock if you want to. Or just squeeze them in and ground the back body. If there's any other postures you want in the practice this morning or this evening, whatever time you're practicing, now's your opportunity just to move, stir, stretch, close your practice with whatever you need. And then as you're ready, bring feet back to ground, straighten out the legs, set yourself up in Shavasana, whatever that shape looks like for you today. And let go of the effort. That deep connection we've been just playing with, cultivating, leaning in and out of with the inner body. You might still notice it, where the energy, where the strength, the stability comes from. But now you can soften the outer edges of the body, the inner seams of legs and arms. Just allow yourself to be here. And you can stay in rest as long as you like. But if you're coming out of Shavasana, just slowly start to deepen the breath. And let the ripples of the breath extend out through the body, the arms, legs, fingers, toes. Let small movement reconnect you to the physical body. Whenever you like, you can roll your way over to the right hand side. Pause for a moment just to thank yourself for being here in your practice today. Honoring whatever it was you needed. Finding a sense of connection with your inner self. A sense of integration. Coming up to a seat when you're ready. Eyes still closed if you like. Hands to heart. Take a full deep breath in. Sigh it out. And bow the head to surrender mind to heart. As we humbly acknowledge the opportunity to share this practice of yoga together. Thank you so much for being here today in your practice, in presence with me. Thank you for the privilege of teaching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Thank you.